we basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the they're doing. Do you understand that?
U.S. President Donald Trump is angrily accusing both Israel and Iran of violating the ceasefire deal he helped broker last night. There are reports the two countries have already exchanged more strikes today. It means the Middle East remains on edge after almost 2 weeks of conflict between the regional foes. Our Europe correspondent, Redmond Shannon, is here to take us through developments from London. So, Redmond, things really are changing by the minute. What is the latest here?
Yes, Miranda, good morning. Yes, well, overnight we have the report of missiles in both directions before this ceasefire came into effect. And that is part of the confusion and part of the reason Donald Trump is so angry is not only what happened since then, but before then. We saw that reports from Iran of at least 9 people killed overnight. Reports from Israel, authorities saying that at least 3 people killed in an apartment building that was hit in the city of Beersheba. But then, when the ceasefire came into effect early this morning, another missile landed in northern Israel, according to Israeli authorities. Iran denies that it fired that missile, and Israel said it would respond. And now, in the last few minutes, in the last hour, we have reports from Israel and from Tehran that there are reports of explosions in Tehran too. Donald Trump was not happy about this when he woke up and heard about it, posting on Truth Social in block capitals saying, "Israel, do not drop those bombs. If you do, it is a major violation. Bring your pilots home now." Donald Trump then was making his way to the Marine One helicopter before he heads to the NATO summit in Brussels this week and spoke with reporters about what happened before that ceasefire deadline and after the ceasefire deadline. And in fact, he was so angry that he swore. We have bleeped that out. Take a listen.
Israel, as soon as we made the deal, they came out and they dropped a load of bombs, the likes of which I'd never seen before. The biggest load that we've seen. I'm not happy with Israel. You know, when I say, okay, now you have 12 hours, you don't go out in the first hour and just drop everything you have on them. So I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with Iran either. But I'm really unhappy if Israel's going out this morning because the one rocket that didn't land, that was shot, perhaps by mistake, that didn't land. I'm not happy about that. You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what they're doing. Do you understand that?
So some strong language from Trump there, Redmond. We've heard from him then. What are Israel and Iran saying?
Well, Iran this morning, the Iranian government saying that any further aggression will be met with a decisive, firm and timely response. So if Israel has dropped these bombs on Iran, then are we going to expect Iran to respond in kind today? Perhaps we should expect that. Israel's Defense Minister, Israel Katz, before these reports of the explosions in Tehran, said Israel would respond forcefully to Iran's violation of the ceasefire with intense strikes against regime targets in the heart of Tehran. And in the last few moments too, we've had reports that Donald Trump has spoken with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. So how Israel responds after that, after its biggest ally gets on the phone and his biggest ally is so angry, well, let's wait and see. This is moving and changing by the hour and by the minute.
Absolutely. And Redmond, of course, these attacks have really taken center stage here, but we can't forget about what's happening in Gaza. There are reports of more killings near an aid hub there today. What can you tell us about that?
Yes, Miranda, a hospital in central Gaza says it received at least 19 people who were killed and 146 people who were injured near to a Gaza Humanitarian Foundation aid hub. That organization has taken over the aid situation since the lifting of the partial lifting of the aid blockade on Gaza last month, and there have been numerous similar reports of people being killed at those or close to those aid hubs as they wait to get food, civilians being killed. One witness told Reuters news agency today that gunfire was to blame for the killings. The Israeli Defense Forces says it is reviewing reports of casualties.
All right, we'll continue to follow all of this very closely. Redmond, as always, thank you so much for the update.